Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is the first day of what I am calling Viewer Request Week, and I'm going to be doing 5 videos, 5 days in a row, of videos that have been highly requested by all of you. And these are a little bit outside of my normal routine. So instead of my normal get ready with me's hair tutorials, 3-1-1 palette of the week, all of those kinds of things, we're doing a bunch of different topics that you all have presented to me. So today, starting off with one of my most highly requested videos, and that is help with makeup storage and how I store my makeup. So I did a beauty room tour. I'll link it down below. I did that about 1.5 years ago, but I have changed up some things, and I've also come up with some other ideas of how to store your makeup. So I've received a lot of different specific requests for bathroom storage of makeup in like deep drawers with nothing sitting out on the counter. Then I've had other just requests for inexpensive storage. And then I've had lots and lots of questions about these cabinets. So I'm going to address all of those things. So let's go ahead and get to it. So starting off, this is kind of the bird's eye view. This triple wide cabinet I will get to in a moment, but that is what usually sits behind me when I film. To the right, I have a smaller mini cabinet, and it is on casters. And then the cabinet to the right just has music in it. And then on top, I have some beauty storage there as well, which I will talk about. And then I have my desk and the big window off to the left. So we are going to start on the desk. On my corner, I have this open shelving unit, which I think I prefer over an open clear plastic drawer unit because it's still open so I can see these palettes there, but it looks less cluttered because the sides are closed in. And this is one of the best ways to store multiple palettes. I can see all of the palettes. They're easy to reach and accessible, but they still look neat. And what I have also done is I have categorized and grouped the palettes by the brand. So I have my Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes there on the top shelf. I have Violet Voss. On the bottom, I have all of my Juvia's Place palettes together, my Urban Decay palettes. So this is just one idea. If you have multiple palettes, this is one way to do some organized storage on your tabletop. Now, on top of this unit, I have this beautifully packaged palette by Smashbox, and I love to decorate with makeup products. So I pull out some of my favorite units, and then I have this business card holder that it sits on. Behind it, I have this 24 lip gloss holder. It's clear acrylic and from Amazon, very inexpensive. To the left, I have another acrylic holder and this cute Q-tip holder. It looks like a flower, comes in a couple different colors, and has a cover on it so it keeps them clean. Behind that, I have this acrylic holder with some of my favorite, most beautiful face palettes in the front. And then in the back, I have these brushes, which in the bottom, I put tissue paper to help stand the brushes up a little bit higher so that I can fit more and reach them easier. Then I have this 3-compartment clear acrylic organizer for concealer. And then next to that, I have my mirror, which sits on top of this jewelry box. And you think, why do you have a jewelry box here? Well, this is one way that I found to conceal all of those ugly little things that we have, those little deluxe sample size things. I have a toothbrush holder in here in case you don't have Q-tip storage on your desk. This is one way to do it. It still keeps them clean. I've got Scotch tape in there, just odds and ends, and all I have to do is close the lid and everything is concealed, and it looks nice and neat and beautiful on the edge of my desk. Behind that desk is the cabinet you see in my videos, and I have brushes. I have more brushes than anyone needs, and I have looked and looked to find the best way to store them. This acrylic holder has 6 compartments. I love that it has a shorter compartment row in the front for all of those travel size brushes, and then in the back is where I store my taller brushes. This is something I think I picked up at TJ Maxx or Marshall's, but just one good option. Another one is visit your dollar spot at Target. You can find these candle holders, glass candle holders. They have them seasonally. These are heavy duty and sturdy, so they can hold my big brushes. Another option is you can use mason jars as well for your brushes. Here is another clear acrylic organizer, like I have my concealers in, which I love to store my eyeliners in. And then I recently picked up this desktop organizer. And initially I was going to use this for brushes, but I decided that it didn't have quite enough compartments to keep the brushes standing up. So I am using it for palettes. You could actually put your entire makeup collection in this. You could store your foundations, etc. Speaking of foundations, I have mine in this jewelry organizer that sits on top of this mini cabinet. So I have my foundations, my sunscreens. This is what it looks like when it's not filled up. I have my primers and glowy products, and I've tried to organize them by product type. Off to the right, I have some options for you for lipstick holder. I think this one's fabulous. It holds 60 lipsticks, and on top you could actually put your glosses as well. If you have some taller lip gloss products, that would work as well, but it swivels, it turns. I think it looks beautiful, and it's very inexpensive on Amazon. If that's not your cup of tea, there is another stacked organizer like this one. This holds 35 lipsticks, or I have glosses in here, just a lot of different sizes. And then I also visited my dollar spot and found this $1 tin. I think it's also a candle holder, but I've got my lip liners stored in here so I can easily find them and use them. Now, this shelving unit that everything's sitting on is the second part to that shelving unit I had on my desk. This is actually for a computer riser, but it also has some nice little cubbies and shelves. So I have this adjustable tray that my cousin gave me. I have a bunch of odds and ends primers, little size ones, full size ones, and they just fit tucked right away. And then for some options for you is to recycle boxes. So if you get sturdy boxes, this is one I got with Sephora with a points perk. And it has cute black and white polka dots on the sides. It has a very nice magnetic closure to it. And this is just a great way to store makeup, or in my case, odds and ends types of things that I'm wanting to test out but haven't gotten to yet. On the other side, I have another box that I also upcycled, I guess I could say. And this is more of a traditional box. So I put some beautiful craft paper, some scrapbooking paper on the lid, added some Mod Podge, and voila, we have this beautiful looking box. And inside, it's holding all of my makeup sponges and beauty puffs and other things that I don't have room to store. And then it tucks away. Now, these little trays were only $1 at Target, and they come in multiple colors and sizes. And the top one there, the deeper one, I've got some mini lipsticks in. And this is an option if you have drawers, deep drawers, or even shallow drawers. You're going to want units that you can stack on top of each other. So this one, there are multiple units you can stack on top of them. This one, I've got my lipsticks standing up in, and as I've organized them, I put the labels up so that I can easily see what color it is, so I don't have to open 5 lipsticks to find the one that I'm looking for. So again, these are my minis. This is just one way to store them so I can see them. Another option for these little trays is to put them in a drawer and put your eyeliner, gel liners, your mini mascaras, etc. Now these really shallow trays, they will fit eyeliners or most eyeshadow pencils. So you could put those in one layer and then stack these trays on top of them. Next is my mascara drawer, and I have these other plastic compartments. These were in the kitchen section, I think, at Target. They clip into each other and they come in various sizes. So I have this one on the left for my liquid liners. In the center, I have my open mascaras, the full-size ones and a couple of sample size. And then they also have these small cube size ones that I have some of my mini pigments in so that they don't roll around in my drawer. On my desk, on the right side of my desk, I have a couple of drawers that have makeup in them, and I found this clear drawer organizer at Target also, and I love it to put all of these mini lip liners that I'm trying to use up. I've also organized it kind of grouped items together. So I've got my eyebrow products all together in the center. I've got my eye primers, my cream contour and highlight sticks, lip balms, etc. Now, if you don't want to buy a pre-purchase or a pre-made insert for your drawer, look at a box top. So this is a box top that I had of a box that I received something in, and I put that in my drawer, and I'm using it to organize my liquid shadows so that they don't roll around in my drawer, and it just kind of helps compartmentalize that drawer. And you can stack things, but I still want to be able to see them. This box, I actually cut the top off. It had a lid that was attached, cut the top off, and then in the bottom of the box, I covered up the raw cardboard with some scrapbooking paper just to make it look pretty. And this is where I have stored some liquid highlighters I'm trying to use up, as well as these dual-ended brushes, which really need to be stored horizontally. And so this is the best way to do it, and then they stay and they don't roll around in this drawer. Now in the back part of the drawer, you'll see I have some palettes stacked. I have some bronzers, some blushes, and this is what I would recommend if you need to stack palettes or items in a drawer. Make sure you can still see everything in that drawer so that if you need to get to the item on the bottom, you actually just have to remove a couple of items, but you know what's in that drawer when you open it up, and you're not going to forget about items in your collection. Okay, so now let's talk about this mini cabinet and this triple wide cabinet. These are from a company called Best Craft Organizer, and I purchased both of these units and the desk because I had a jewelry business and I wanted to be able to determine how many drawers I wanted in each cabinet. So you get to decide if you want 1-inch drawers, 2-inch drawers, or 3-inch drawers. And based on that, it will determine how many drawers you actually put in each unit. So as you can see in the mini cabinet, I have 5 1-inch drawers and the rest are 2-inch. In this triple wide cabinet, no, it's not all makeup, and I'll show you. I still have a ton of jewelry products in this. And so this is just one example how 1-inch drawer can keep all of those tiny little beads organized. Now, at the time when I had my jewelry business, I was really big into Bare Minerals shadows and products, and this was the best way that I found to be able to store all of those eyeshadows in a single layer, and I was able to then see exactly what I had in each drawer. Now, the very back of these drawers is hard to get to, so just be aware of that. But overall, I find that you can really store a lot in a little bit of space. And I will talk a little bit more about these units at the end, but this was just the best way that I found to store my jewelry stuff and then obviously makeup. So this 2-inch drawer, you can see there are dividers in there. I've got my glues and all different kinds of things in there. I've got my stamps in the 1-inch drawers. This is a 3-inch drawer. I have all of these punches in there. So these are heavy duty drawers and can store a lot. Now this triple wide unit only has 3 drawers that have actual makeup. So this is one of them, and you can see I do have mostly a single layer of products, some of my dome shaped products that are harder to stack, but I do have a few things stacked on top of each other, but I can see all in one glance what's in that drawer. The second drawer, this has been there are mostly newer face products in this drawer. My wonderful Charlotte Tilbury blush that my best friend gave me for my birthday, and other beautiful products, some face palettes from BoxyCharm, etc. And then this third one is eyeshadows, but again, I have everything, even though it's stacked, I can see what is in this drawer at first glance, so nothing gets lost in the shuffle. The rest of this triple wide unit, as I said before, it has tons of jewelry items and beads, and if you have ever made jewelry, then you will understand what you're seeing. If you haven't, just trust me on this, you need lots of supplies. This is a drawer in my desk. My desk only has 5 drawers that have makeup in it. The rest are jewelry, and I have, most of them have these plastic inserts that Best Craft Organizer makes. They also now make several other types of drawer inserts, and you can use these also to help organize your makeup in your drawers. But this is a 2-inch drawer and a 2-inch insert, and it has all of these compartments to help keep everything organized. Now behind or above that cabinet is one of my favorite, most beautiful palettes ever. And again, this is just a way that I think you can add beauty and decorate your space with an actual palette. So this is a palette that I plan to keep long past its expiration date just because it is so beautiful. And then these decorative boxes, you can get these at Michael's or other craft stores, and I think these are another great way to hide unsightly items like all of those deluxe sample size items that we get. So this is where I keep them, and I keep them tucked away, and so I know where they are, but they are hidden out of sight when I am not using them. Now, 2 final things about these Best Craft storage units. One is the drawers themselves are made out of really thick plastic. However, I have had those drawers and these units for 8 years, and they have held up beautifully. I have moved rooms, we've had new carpets put in, we've had different work done, so I have moved these units a couple of times, and they have hung together very well. They're very easy to put together. You are going to have to assemble them when they come, but I have done many different furniture building projects, and I have to tell you, these were the easiest. There was not one single hole that was not drilled correctly or anything, and the locking bolts and all of the mechanisms, I mean, they hold together very well. So these are very well made, and they do come in a couple of different finish options as well. So I will link to their website down below. One thing to be aware of, they are in Canada. So if you're outside of Canada, shipping costs are kind of pricey. So as I wrap up this video, I hope that it was helpful for you. I know sometimes people think, oh, I want to see your whole makeup collection. And then other times people think, no, I don't want to see you brag about all of your stuff. So I hope that this did not come across that way. I just wanted to show you how I store my plethora of makeup. And yes, I have more makeup than any one person needs, but it is a hobby, it's a part-time job, and it's something that I enjoy to do. So I understand most of you out there are not going to have anywhere near the need to store as much product as I have. However, hopefully I gave you some ideas that might work with whatever space you're working with, whether it's just the countertop on your bathroom sink, or you have bathroom drawers, or maybe you have a vanity in your bedroom, something like that. Hopefully I gave you some ideas of some creative ways and some cute ways to store your makeup. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure you are subscribed and tune in tomorrow for the next viewer requested video. Bye.